Now, in the 7th lecture of the chapter respiration, we are going to study internals of lungs. Internals of lungs consist of bronchi and its branches called as bronchioles. Actually, I am drawing here only left lung. Similar structures will be observed in right lung also. The primary bronchi which is entering into the left lung is horizontal, while the primary bronchi which is entering into the right lung is vertical. So while drawing the structures, please pay attention properly. This bronchi which is entering into the right lung will be vertical and this will be horizontal. This is primary bronchi. Primary bronchi divided into two branches. When we are talking about left lung, primary bronchi divided into two branches. These are known as secondary bronchi. Secondary. When I am writing only names to be only one part, it should be bronchus. It should be bronchus. Bronchus is singular. This is secondary bronchus. There are two secondary bronchus. So finally, two secondary bronchi providing air to the respective lobes, that is superior lobes and superior lobe and inferior lobe. So there will be two bronchi, two secondary bronchi. Secondary bronchi again divided into tertiary bronchi. Secondary bronchi divided into tertiary bronchi. So this one will be a tertiary bronchi. The branches of branches of secondary bronchi will be tertiary bronchi. This is tertiary bronchi. Tertiary bronchi. And now bronchi divided into bronchioles. Tertiary bronchi divided into terminal bronchioles. So the next part will be terminal bronchioles. These are terminal bronchioles. Terminal bronchioles. The difference between bronchi and bronchioles: bronchi having cartilaginous rings. Primary bronchi, secondary bronchi, tertiary bronchi will having cartilaginous rings, C-shaped incomplete cartilaginous rings. But terminal bronchi, bronchioles, do not have cartilaginous rings. Rather, they are made up of smooth muscles. Terminal bronchioles do not have cartilaginous rings. Rather, they are made up of smooth muscles. These are terminal bronchioles. And terminal bronchioles again divided into fine structures. Again divided into fine structures. And these fine structures are known as respiratory bronchioles. These are respiratory bronchioles. Respiratory bronchioles. Respiratory bronchioles divided into alveolar ducts. Respiratory bronchioles divided into alveolar ducts. Respiratory bronchioles divided into alveolar ducts. This is alveolar duct. And alveolar ducts turns into alveolar sac. So finally there will be a alveolar sac. And alveolar sac consists of alveoli. Alveolar sac consists of alveoli, which alveoli are present. So this is also said to be an intercom of bronchi. intercom of bronchi, in which primary bronchi divided into, in right lung also the same structure present, but the number is different. Primary bronchi in right lung there will be a 3 primary bronchi, in left lung there will be a 2 secondary bronchi. प्रायमरी ब्रॉन्काई तर 2च असणार आहेत, पण सेकंडरी ब्रॉन्काई लेफ्ट लंग मध्ये 3 असतील, राइट लंग मध्ये 2 असतील. ओके, राइट लंग मध्ये 3 असतील, लेफ्ट लंग मध्ये 2 असतील, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द लोब्स. Lungs are divided into lobes. Lobes are divided into segments, and segment divided into lobules. Segment divided into lobules. Okay, when I write difference between right and left lung, we will get the things in too much detail again. So this is right lung and this is left lung. Okay, difference between right lung and left lung. So first is, this is longer and heavier, this is smaller and lighter. Right lung and left lung, longer, heavier, smaller and lighter. Lobes, how many lobes are present? Lobes, here 3 lobes are present. Right lung 3 lobes, left lung 2 lobes. What are those 3 lobes? Superior, middle and inferior. In right lung there are 3 lobes, in left lung only 2 lobes are present, one is superior, other one is inferior. Okay, when we talk about the fissure, how many fissures are present? In the last video we studied fissure. How many fissure? This is only one fissure in left lung, that is known as oblique fissure, but in right lung there are 2 fissures. One is horizontal fissure and other one is a oblique fissure. Here is only one fissure, that is oblique fissure. Oblique म्हणजे तिरके गेलेले बघा fissure. Next, surfaces. So lung having the 3 surfaces. The organs in which the lungs are in contact. Is said to be as surfaces. Okay, so we already know lungs are present in thoracic cavity, which are rounded by or protected by rib cage. Rib cage consists of ribs, sternum bone present anteriorly, this is the sternum bone, and vertebra, thoracic vertebra present posteriorly. So the part of lungs which is in contact with the ribs, between the ribs there is a intercostal muscles. The part of lung which is in contact with the ribs is called as costal surface. The part of lung which is in contact with the area present between 2 lungs, दोन लंगच्या मधला जो एरिया असतो, that is called as mediastinum. So the part of lung which is facing towards the mediastinum is called as mediastinal surface. These are the 2 surfaces, costal surface, mediastinal surface. So suppose this is lung, and ribs are covering the lungs. This is right lung, here is the left lung. So the area present between the right and left lung is called as mediastinum. So the surface of lung facing to the mediastinum is called as mediastinal surface. Okay, and the lung which is in contact with the ribs is called as costal surface, and below the lungs are situated on diaphragm, which is a skeletal muscle septum. So the part of lung which is in contact with the diaphragm is called as diaphragmatic surface. So there are three surfaces in both the lungs. First is a costal surface, mediastinal surface, diaphragmatic. Surface. Similar surfaces are present in the left lung. But when we talk about the weight, there is a difference between right and left lung. I already told you, right lung is heavier, so it weighs about 620 gram, and left lung is lighter, it weighs about 560 gram. Some book mention it as a 700 gram and this is 600 gram. 600 addition किया तो we will get 1300, which is a collective weight of the both the lungs. Bronchopulmonary segments. Bronchopulmonary segments. What do you mean by segments? I already mentioned that the lobes are further divided into segments. So what are segments? There are small parts, small regions. Okay, like this. So in segment, this is segment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 segments. So in both the lungs, right lung and left lung, having 10 bronchopulmonary segments, and segments are further divided into lobules. त्याच्यामध्ये पण छोटे पार्ट्स असतात, त्यांना काय म्हणायचं? लोब्यूल्स. ओके, व्हेरी क्लियर. द प्रायमरी ब्रोंकाय supplied air to lobes. Lobes are divided into segments, bronchopulmonary segments. Secondary bronchi supplied air to primary bronchi enter into the lungs. Secondary bronchi supplied air to lobes. Segment, in the segment air is supplied by tertiary bronchi, and segments are divided into lobules, to which bronchioles supplies air. That is terminal bronchioles supplied air to lobules. Lobes are divided into segments are divided into lobules. Air is supplied to the lobes by secondary bronchi. Air is supplied to segments by tertiary bronchi. Air is supplied to lobules by terminal bronchioles. So when we talk about the bronchi, primary bronchi are 2 in number, no doubt. This is fixed number. Primary bronchi is 2 in number. Okay. Secondary bronchi in right lung it is 3 in number. Secondary bronchi in right lung it is 3 in number, but in left lung it is 2 in number. In left lung there is only 2 secondary bronchi, but in right lung as there are 3 lobes, there will be 3 secondary bronchi. Tertiary bronchi in left lung, left and right. In right lung there are 10 tertiary bronchi, and in left lung there are 8 tertiary bronchi. So we can be easily understood. Tertiary bronchi in left lung there will be 8 in number. This is the tertiary bronchi, the further division of a secondary bronchi, which is 8 in number in left lung. but that is 10 in number in right lung. Right lung is heavier and larger than the left lung, so the values changes. Okay, so this is all about the internals of lungs. In next lecture we will study flow chart and the further details of this chapter.